Get a tan here just from the reflection.
An Italian.
Gary, hit that button and see what it says to you.
Look, you can make money and you can make excuses. You can't make both. Pick a side and get on it.
Pick a side and get on it.
I feel like at the end of every one of those, you could be like, bitch, and it would work. Pick a side and get on it.
Hey, we're live everywhere today. Live, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Periscope. You didn't go Periscope, did y'all? Y'all lied to me, okay? My brother Gary Cardone in the house. We were born on the same day.
Who came first?
We don't know.
Y'all were duking it out inside.
It depends
Who
on
came out
whether the
first?
hospital
We
recorded
weren't
it
duking
correctly.
it out.
No?
I was pushing
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
Get out and go check the air, make sure it's clean.
Now, were you
and
always
breathable.
pushing? Were you always pushing in life? Were you always the pusher?
No, not me.
Because I've heard some stories about
he's
this
the
guy.
pusher.
He was the
So who's-
drafter. He was the drafter. He drafted me, which is, by the way, is a perfect topic for what we're talking about today.
Yeah. Who got who into more trouble? Did you get him into more trouble, or did he get you
I
into
got
more
him
trouble?
into more
I think
trouble.
his mouth got him into more trouble.
I've always had an overloaded mouth, for sure. So, Gary, before we get started today, first of all, welcome here, man.
Thank you.
It's always good to be around you, and so proud of your success. This guy, if you don't know him, Gary Cardone, he's had success in a number of different, what you got, John? In a number of different arenas. He left home before I did, went to Corpus Christi, got in the gas business back when he was 25, 26.
Yep.
I stayed home and went to retail. So I'm telling you this story to tell you the difference, right? I went a very retail. See that? That's got to get glued down, guys. Because if he breaks it. So I went a very retail, one deal at a time, get paid right now, and he went a very big. So you want to just talk about your?
Yeah, sure. I mean, but I would say you went the more control and command entrepreneurial path, and I took a more corporate path. I just took a more traditional path, got lucky, left college, had no clue what I was going to do in my life. Was really actually scared.
Yeah.
At 20 or 21, got my education, and then I'm like, okay, now what?
Mm-hmm.
And like really was hit with a reality check. My mom had thrown Grant and I out of the house. Said, don't ever come back here. You guys are troublemakers. Go figure it out
She
yourself.
threw
which
me
was-
out of the house. She still accepted him. Okay.
Yeah, but it was the greatest gift I think that she probably gave us was, okay, I'm done with you guys. You're going to have to go.
And we're going to tell you the rest of the story here in about 10 seconds. Thank you. Hang in there with us. This is Young Hustlers. Made a commitment, dude. For life. Hey, welcome to Young Hustlers. Grant Cardone here. Jared Glant and our guest, our mystery guest, who right now just had a very important person call him, Gary Cardone, my twin brother, for what, a number of years now.
Yep, number.
Great to have you here, buddy. You got your full attention on that or this?
No,
right
I'm
Yeah.
all in, dude. When I place my bet, I'm all in.
Gary,
Even though there might be another bet over here, I can either focus on the bet that I've made here, or I can go and focus on that bet, and then I'm not going to win either one of them. So.
Yeah,
There you go.
So Gary's here today.
The purpose of the show, guys, is every Thursday at noon East Coast Standard Time, we come to the same place, same time, because we want to help you find the young hustle. I came to Grant probably 5 years ago at this point and said, the young hustle out there, at the time I was a millennial, just getting freaking pounded on by entitlement and the media and everybody saying that, our generation wasn't going to be worth a damn. And I said, I don't think that's true. I think that there's a group of people out there that are young that want to win and want to be successful. And you have a way to deliver information that really shortcuts the process. And you're a cool dude, so they'll listen to you. So we should do a show where we have you help people find the young hustle. That's how it started, and actually became a movement where, dude, like everybody can have the young hustle.
Yeah.
And so this show's about helping you find that young hustle, that ferocious.
Whether you're 58 or 28.
Yeah.
Or
Exactly.
18. And so today we want to talk about, we want to talk about vasoactive intestinal polypeptides.
I like that, dude.
That's
Otherwise
VIP.
known as VIP.
VIP,
everybody
baby,
know that?
VIP. Or the other VIP is a very important person. How do you either become, by the way, everybody wants to be a very important person. Let's not kid ourselves.
I actually think everybody is a very important person.
Tell
they
me
just
about
haven't
that.
discovered it yet. They think other people are more important than them, and so they acquiesce to that power, and then they become a little wallflower, and it's less responsible to be less than
In the
very
background.
important person.
Yeah.
So look,
I
let's
mean,
say,
in order to be a VIP, you have to really stick your neck out.
yeah.
Scary.
So let's say,
Might get a
Gary,
shot off.
because you've done an unbelievable job at reaching into circles of people. You and I both grew up in the same family. Jared, his first access to VIP people, to more important people to influence, was a golf course.
Yeah, no, and it was funny because whenever you talk about like you pay to be in first class, like pay to stay at the nice hotels, as a young person, I'm like, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like when I'm 26 years old and I'm barely making money, he's saying, hey, buy a first class ticket.
But
I'm
isn't
like,
that why everybody goes to college? Didn't everybody go to college?
But I think
it gives them a leg up.
Yeah, but I'm not getting around important people in college. I'm getting around a bunch of people trying to do the same thing in college.
Yeah, but you would have if you were going to Harvard.
Exactly.
You'd have been around a lot
You're
of
right,
important
you're
people
right.
with a lot of
Yeah.
connections.
I think the issue with people isn't that
400 grand,
isn't
right?
the spending isn't the spending to be in around important people.
Yeah.
I think it's them having the confidence of knowing what to do once they get there. Because if you could get dropped into any situation and you knew you could maximize it, dude, you pay to be in the first class ticket.
Yeah. The phone number is 305-865-8668. You can ask me, Gary, or I think the proper order is my brother, Jared, or me. Ask us anything, 305-865-8668. We want to talk to you today about how to get access to important people. Now, Gary, you did this when you moved to Europe.
Yeah.
You went American dude, moved all the way to Europe. How did you insert yourself in the London scene and start to get access to big deals? Because this guy's done, what's the biggest deal you've ever been on?
Biggest deal?
Biggest deal. Listen to this.
550 billion
550
million. So
million.
$500
$500
million.
million. One deal.
Over a lunch table. That
Okay.
was the important
And
part.
were you in a Holiday Inn when you did that deal?
No.
Were you at a McDonald's?
No.
Were you in
Chipotle.
I lived at the Lanesboro Hotel on Hyde Park Corner for a year and literally had lunch, breakfast, and dinner at this hotel 4 days a week. And I did that deal. I had lunch.
And just because I don't know what the Lanesboro is, that means the audience doesn't know. What is that?
You should look it up on Google, and if you can ever stay there and you don't like it, I'll pay you whatever you paid to the Lanesboro Hotel.
Which would be how much?
That's a guarantee. It's a really, really nice
$1,000
place.
a night.
You could do 1,000 easy.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But let me just, you were willing to pay $1,000 a night.
Well, I didn't pay $1,000 a night. But that's not.
You were willing to pay a premium, though, to get access to what?
I was willing to go to a facility that allowed me to walk into lunch. I never looked at a menu. I didn't have to worry about all that. I sat down. My clients would sit down with me. We would have a very straight A to B conversation in an hour and a half, very high class, very quiet, and all the people around us weren't in our industry, so it was a safe place for us to eat. It might have been a tad expensive, but it was effectively me holding a 5-star, 6-star business meeting and creating a lot of credibility with the clientele. Ended up 2 or 3 years later doing a deal over a lunch table that was worth $500 million. I think that I couldn't have done that at McDonald's. Just was not going to happen at McDonald's.
Yeah.
It also wasn't going to happen in the back of an airplane going to a trade show.
Yeah.
You know, it required me to make some
The back of the
investments.
plane being the coach section of the plane.
Anywhere, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to make some investments in creating an image that people were attracted to.
Now, how is this different from fake it till you make it?
You know, I don't really do the fake it till you make it. I'm not a big believer in it. I think the concept is, hey, pretend like you're successful and then you'll start to behave like you're successful. I think that's what that meaning means.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, I meet a lot of people that are either 30 years old or 60 years old, and they've been faking it their whole life, and they have nothing. I mean,
Hey,
there's
I
a few
always
scam
say-
artists, okay?
I always say fake it till you make it means you ain't going to make it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you don't move yourself into the front of the room before you're able to.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think fake it till you make it, for me, when I was 27, was emulating other people that were great. Like, I had 2 mentors. I mean, one of the differences between Grant and I is that I spent 17 years at one company. I don't look like a corporate guy. I don't look like that typical guy, right? But the 2 guys I worked for were brilliant. and I was willing to pay them a Titan salary, a Titan commission, just like you did, to learn from them. And today that's paying royalties.
And he's talking about what Jared did. Jared moved from one job to here to get access. Ryan Secco moved from Arizona to get access. When we come back from break, we're going to take your questions about how you get access to the front rows, front of the room. Stay with us.
There is only one company to work for in the smart home industry, Skyline Security. Right now is looking for the best of the Grant Cardone following to join their team and expand financially and professionally. Go to joinskyline.com to register. Labeled by Inc. 5000 as the fastest growing company for the last 2 years in a row, you get to protect families, grow your wealth, and join a team of top producers. Skyline is looking for great people. Go to joinskyline.com. That's joinskyline.com to get started on a brand new 10x career path. Go to joinskyline.com to register.
Gave us the footprint.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, young hustlers. Every Thursday, noon East Coast Standard Time, we come back and we bring you some fire about how you can shortcut the path to getting more success in your business, in your career.
And we're always talking about sales in this show, Gary. This is really a sales show, which you've done billions of dollars in sales. We're doing a conference in February. Everybody there has literally the first day, almost $20 billion per year in sales from the speakers there. All these people that we're bringing together for this conference, somewhere in their career, they either did it like me, knocking on doors, slow way, hard way, or they started figuring out like the big companies do. They get access to the big meetings, to the Davos meeting that Warren Buffett goes to. Like, what are some of those big meetings that you've paid to get access to? By the way, he's one of our sponsors at
GrowthCon.
Yeah, well,
Growth Conference.
First off, congratulations on the stuff you're doing on the conventions. I mean, I know guys that have tried to do that and they never get it beyond 300 or 400 or 500 people, and you guys have 6,000 to 8,000 entrepreneurs going. I could see a lot worse places than me or my staff or any of my friends where they could invest money to get a better result. So to be able to learn from people who are actually doing it, you know, many of my best things that I've ever accomplished is from my mistakes. Not from the wins. I remember the mistakes far better than I do the wins. So I think, you know, like with this recent business that we built in the last 6 or 7 years, I mean, for 4 years, my partner and I literally would go to MasterCard and Visa conventions, pay very large sums of money. I mean, it's probably $50,000 to $100,000 to show up before you even get on the plane.
To be in a meeting.
To
be in
literally
the
go to these conventions. No one knew us. We did not go there to sell anything. We went there to become a part of the club.
Yeah.
And so if you get, the problem is, we were talking about it on the break.
Access
Doesn't go from zero to Davos. Access goes in a food chain, a little bit like the ocean. The sharks are at the very bottom. The big whales, all the big, you know, fish are deep, and the shallow, smally fish are more shallow. And then, so as you grow and you become more strong and your balance sheet gets bigger, you take more and more risk. What many people do is when they're small, they take no risk. Huge mistake. You guys have far less to lose than he or I. For sure, you have less to lose, and we're still taking risk. And you start pulling back because something goes on in your brain.
When you say risk, are you talking about spending money?
Risk, any kind of risk. Like going to a trade show with MasterCard, or going to a trade show if you're in the oil business with the Halliburton, or if you're in the airline business, showing up to a convention with Boeing.
Whales. Going
to Elon Musk trade show on rockets if you're doing rockets. I mean, get around that ecosphere where the wealth is rich, the knowledge is rich. So do you put a dollar
value on that? Like, is it like, for me to go see the humpback whales, I have to wait till March and I have to go to Hawaii to do it. So
or you can buy one of those VR things and be done with it all.
And we're not going to stream this event, so you're not going to be able to do that. So the only way to go to the 10X Growth Conference, by the way, less than 0.0006% of the population gets to go to this conference. It's like a sliver. Gary's going to be there. Jared's going to be there. I'm going to be there. It's a 3-day event. How important are these? Like you've done conferences that were 1 day, 2 days, and 3 days. Where do you get something done?
Give you a frame of reference.
Yeah.
Our company last year did 87 trade shows.
Wow.
We have less than
6 a
15
month, 7 a
salespeople.
month.
Okay, and so I'm not doing all those, but all over the world, we're doing either a presentation or a trade show at a convention. Most of my competitors will do a third of that on a great day because they can't afford it, or they've decided they're only going to be in one little part of vertical. We decided it was a really big industry, and we wanted to be the best in the industry, and we wanted to be across the entire ecosphere. That's a very different goal than I want a small little business. I want to run a 7-Eleven, you know? So I think it really depends on your appetite and the risk. Just to go back to risk, I think that like you continue to push risk out there like a hustler, right? You're constantly pushing. And, you know, when I first started watching the show, I thought this was for young people. The truth is, if your hustle isn't on it at 60, then it's not on. And somebody else is going to, a guy with your energy and your gumption and your brain and your desire to accomplish things, you're going to pay the fees. The energy, whether it's money or time, it doesn't matter. It's still an investment.
So the conference that we're going to do in February, that's going to be one of your first of 87 next year?
That'll be probably 24, 25 that we've done. I did
by
5 last month.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll do.
Wow.
We do
Wow.
17 in February. I mean, it's ridiculous.
So when do you run your business? And your business, but what are y'all going to do this year? You started this business had no money.
When I first started, when I first met you, this business didn't exist.
That's right.
It didn't exist 7 years ago when I started working for you.
And what will it do without being exactly specific?
Well, it's a really good business.
In gross revenues.
Well, I'm not going to share that because we're a private company, but it's a really good business. And more importantly,
I hate that answer.
More importantly, it's in a really, I mean, I think the great message that talk about in making an investment, for a company our size in less than 10 years to get inside the credit card industry, which is a $20 trillion a year business.
20 trillion.
I would challenge everybody listening to write the word 20 trillion down.
The number.
You will make a mistake. It's a number you've never written
you'll
down.
Doubt yourself as
you'll miss 3 zeros at least. This is a massive marketplace, and I looked at it and said, hey, I think this is a really good return for investment. All we have to do, there's not massive amounts of risk, especially if we're bringing a good service and we understand the industry. That required massive investment, education, and a deep understanding. So you weren't the guy that's faking it till you make it. Because most of the people we compete with, they're actually generalists. They're faking it. They're just copying stuff. And I like that. I like copycats because it differentiates the people that really know from the guys that are.
But you still got to be there. You still got to be in front of people. You still have to
show up. Like I showed up for a meeting this morning with a guy. I didn't need to go see him, but I took an hour out of my morning to go see him. That's an investment.
Let's talk to one of our callers, right? We got a couple minutes before the break. Jared Glant, Gary Cardone, twin brother, identical twin brother. Okay.
I had to sit between them to make sure you guys.
Because we'll end up in a fight here in about 5 minutes. Okay. I'll throw down. I'll bust his ass again.
I got TJ in New York.
TJ, what's going on, man?
Hey.
How you doing,
How
buddy?
you guys doing?
Hey, what's your question, and who's it for?
It could be for all three of you, as a matter of fact.
All right,
That's
hit it.
good? You got it. Just first, before I do that, shout out to thanks both you and Grant and Jared. Because of you cats, I have in 2.5 years tripled my income. So thanks.
Awesome.
Wow.
My
Well
question
done,
is,
man.
Yeah.
From
when
what to
it
what?
comes to jobs and getting in front of VIPs, how do you folks know when to hop jobs? And the reason I ask is, my current company is a small business. I run sales for them, but they don't really have a pro sales culture. The upside is that I work with the CEO and the COO, and I may get equity in the business. The current offer that I've got is double my current base, but it's at a larger company where I fear I may get sort of lost in the weeds. But that being said, they're about 20 times larger, and they definitely got some VIPs there.
Yeah.
So if you're in a similar situation, how would you guys look at that?
Good. So when we come back from break, we're going to answer that.
That's a
When
great
do you
question.
jump
Yeah.
ship? When do you go for the big opportunity? When do you leave the safety and go to the big pond and become the little fish?
What's up, everybody? My name is Grant Wise, the founder of Modern Investing Mastery. Only reason we run ads is to start a conversation. You have something that gathers attention, you got a question you're posing, and you got a solution you're providing. To learn more about generating motivated seller leads, generating investment deals, all from Facebook ads, visit www.moderninvestingmastery.com. My team and I have set aside some time to help.
Computer engineering is at the forefront of everything digital and technology. With the most advanced use of Amazon Web Services, artificial intelligence to predict your next sale, learn how to predict what your customers will buy next, learn how to know and automate your whole business so you can do one thing: go make more money. Tim Clark is the guy to know, a thriving entrepreneur and the mastermind behind artificial intelligent sales processes. Get automated, make more money, and grow your business with Nikos. Learn more at nikosce.com. That's nikosce.com right now. Get your marketing and copy right the first time and save your company from a $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 mistake. You have to simplify the process and keep it simple, and that's what we do at Pixel 506. We will outthink your competition, create the fastest, most effective marketing and web design, and grow your business with leads and effective top-notch marketing strategies. Sign up now at pixel506.com.
All of you who are true 10Xers, we are making a difference for the better in this world. We are. You are.
This is all about how to 10x your income by building a celebrity personal brand. And even if you don't want to build your own personal brand, we're talking about how to build your business brand as well.
It's everything that you're going to take in from these amazing speakers the next 3 days. Basically, the premise of what you're going to do today and tomorrow and the next 3 days is you're building your vision. You're building your vision. You're building your vision.
Hey, welcome back, Young Hustlers. Same place, same time, Thursday, noon East Coast Standard Time.
Young Hustlers
GC and
everywhere.
JG come here to
Now, we
bring
had a
you-
question before the break.
Great question.
Before I answer that question, though, I just want to tell everybody watching about our VIP premium offer, okay? Gary's going to be there. Jared's going to be there. I'm going to be there. You know the 20 other speakers that are going to be there. When you upgrade or purchase a VIP or premium ticket at this event, you will have the best seats in the house. We extend the event from 3 days to 4 days. There's a fourth day for you that's private with the speakers.
Goes from the whole group down to a small group.
Red carpet access. You get Q&A with the speakers, autographs with the speakers, photographs with the speakers, lunch every day, and I take care of your hotel room for the next 30 people that grab it. These are expensive tickets. This is for ballers, high rollers, and people that want to throw down.
People that want to get access.
If you're not qualified financially and you don't have access to some, Gary, would you borrow 15 grand to do an event like this if a guy didn't have his money right yet?
Would I borrow? For me, borrowing money is a little challenging.
Yeah.
It really would depend on,
I'll tell you what we do. I'll tell you what, if you need 2 payments on the VIP deal, we'll give you 2 payments.
But like Gary, when I was 25, I don't know if you know this story, but when I came out of the treatment center, okay, I borrowed $3,000 from Mom. She didn't have a bunch of money.
Hell, I stole $3 grand from her. Why'd you borrow it from her, dude?
Okay,
I could have just gone in the damn vial and taken it.
So if I'd have known that, I wouldn't have paid her back. But I borrowed $3,000 from Mom to get a set of...
I did pay her back, by the way.
Okay, to get a set of tapes.
Yeah.
I borrowed the money from her. I paid her back 30 days later because it helped my production.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if I was going to produce more. There was doubt. I was uncertain.
So this is the way I would answer that question. I would probably look at the guy's spend for the previous year, really have him show me, okay, I can't afford 15 grand. I'll bet you I'll find 15 grand of crap he bought and did not invest anything in.
Yeah.
This junk. Toys, marijuana, drinks, stupid stuff, spending money with your buddies instead of investing money with a client. Come on.
Yeah.
Dude, this is exactly when we talked about faking it till you make it and opportunity. This is, I think, the big mistake that young people make. They want to go out and they want to buy a BMW. They want to go out and they want to buy nice clothes or Gucci shoes
$80,000 Porsche.
or a watch or whatever, 125 or 130.
Excuse me.
They want to go out and they want to spend money on all these things when, that's not what gets you connected with the right people.
People, man. You need connections. You guys want to make more sales? You want to make easier sales? You want to shorten your sales? You got to get to the top of the food chain. You have to get the respect of the people that make decisions, and a car will not do that for you.
This guy just flew in from Toronto today. He spent 10 grand on a coaching session with Grant just to sit in front of him and have an opportunity to be a real estate partner for him in Canada. Why are you answering your phone? You just got on me.
So the guy before the break.
He flew all the way from Toronto. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the guy before the break asked, hey, I have a corporate opportunity to double my salary. and it's a bigger company, less sales oriented. I probably won't get equity. That was the question, right?
Yeah.
So
he probably will get equity
in the smaller company.
Yeah, it's the smaller company.
Yeah.
So a couple of myths there. First off, if the smaller company doesn't already have paper that is in the public market that has some value,
paper being stock.
Yeah, paper. Some promissory activity for you to gain access to that equity. I hear this all the time. Hey, I've got equity. It's a private company, dude. Equity in my company, unless it's phantom and there's going to be some event that occurs, that's the only time it's worth anything.
Yeah.
Paper in IBM, it's liquid. You know exactly what its value is. So just be a little careful. I hear this all the time, guys. I get equity with this lawyer.
Equity
or
in my
rancher.
real estate fund is different than equity in this company.
Yeah, so you have to remember, you have to be able to sell that paper one day for it to be valued. I would just say on the corporate side,
but when does he jump ship, dude?
Because
I don't have all day to answer this guy's question. So it was a free question.
So to me,
we have 4 days with him in Vegas.
This is a great question.
I see a lot of guys that are great salespeople, and they have the wrong platform. Or they have no platform.
The vehicle.
They have a crap business model. They have a crap management team. They're great salespeople, but they just haven't gotten connected. And you have 3 or 4 guys that have come into your system that have never been great successful people, and now they're blooming because they have the foundation.
And that's why you guys need to start getting around. Like this question right here, unless Gary knows everything going on with you, what's going on at home.
How can I make that assessment?
You know, where do you live? What are you willing to do? By the way, the one deal you're looking at, you should have 3 or 4 other deals. I always say never rely on one
10 deals.
You should,
10 deals.
And one reason people come to the 10X Growth Conference is to go from one deal to 5 or 6 or 7 deals so that you get out of obscurity. We use this word around here all the time in sales. Obscurity is your problem. Whether you're selling a company, selling a product, selling a service. Let's take to the next caller. 305-865-8668. We're obsessed here.
I love that question.
With keeping the hustle young. Keep it tight, keep it right.
Keep it long, keep it strong.
Gary Cardone, chairman, CEO, founder of 911 Chargeback and sponsor of the 10X Growth Conference. Jared, Pasty Man Glant. Okay, also known as The Wave, and my name's Grant Cardone. Every Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do this for you. You can listen to the show on iTunes, Stitcher, podcasts, or delivered where?
Grant Cardone TV.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. All right, you got Jessica in LA.
Oh my God, Jessica, we've been waiting for your call. What is your question, young darling?
Hello, is this Mr. Grant?
This is Grant.
Hi, I'm a long-time subscriber to your Twitter. I'm actually calling you from Illinois. I'm a teacher out in South Korea.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and, you know, did you know the number 2 things most spent on in Asia and Korea is English education and coffee?
Wow.
So I'm surprised no one has thought to open up all English-speaking cafe.
Wow.
It is like, for the people who have money, it's like, hello, how do I think of this? So I thought of it. And I was wondering, I know this is far-fetched, but I would love your mentorship on how to start my English-speaking cafe overseas.
I would love to do that with you, okay? Where are you today? Are you in Illinois today or in Korea?
Right now, I'm visiting Illinois, but I'm returning to Korea on January 2nd.
Okay. So tell Kim Young hello for me when you get back. Just kidding.
A lot of people are worried with North Korea, but
I wouldn't worry about it. I think people are going to blow themselves up before he blows you up.
There's actually a great way for the answer to this question is there's a great way for you to get mentorship right now from Grant by going to the 10X Growth Conference, where you can actually go to the event, spend 4 days, learn from Grant, guys like Gary. I mean, some of the top experts in the world for sales, marketing, and how to create the ideal life for yourself.
By the way, Jessica, I'm going to have Damon John there. Damon can talk to you about the English coffee thing. I'm going to have other people there like my boy Jordan Zimmerman. He does $4 billion in advertising sales a year. Okay, so there's going to be some other players there and some other connections.
From Vivint, he built a multi-billion-dollar company.
That could also help you with that idea. And the mentoring comes free when you get a VIP or a premium ticket.
That's one-on-one with G.
One-on-one with me. And if I don't have the answers to your questions, I'll reach out to my other connections and my network. My network to help you out. Next caller. Gary Cardone's in the house. If you got a question for Gary, throw it at him.
I got Leo in Alabama.
And Gary, while Leah gets her question ready, what are you hoping to get out of the 10X Growth Conference?
More connections, man. I never have too many connections. I'm never deep enough in the food chain. I don't know enough people. I feel like I'm always bare.
Yeah.
And people come to me and they go, well, I got 4 deals. I'm not getting paid enough this year. I'm like, yeah, you chased big elephant deals. They take 2 years to close, and you didn't spend any time on any rabbits.
No
And
little
Gary,
guys.
I need rabbits, foxes, deer, elephants, man.
Yeah, ants,
Yeah, I'll take some ants.
some mullets,
I'll
like
take some
we
roaches.
used to get roaches.
Yeah, I'll
Now
take some
roaches,
small
man,
roaches.
Come on.
They
So look, I'm
survive.
bringing somebody in the fourth day. It's a surprise guest the fourth day. He runs a company that has 253,000 employees worldwide. To start talking to people about how to scale. Okay, so for those of you out there thinking little, thinking small, what do you think? How much is that costing people? Think little.
Thinking small?
Thinking little. What do you think it costs people in dollars every year?
Happy life.
Next caller.
Happy life.
Leo
Happy
in
life.
Alabama.
Leo.
So you think thinking
Yeah, I'm
big,
here.
doing big is
What's
gonna
going
make
on,
you happy?
Leo?
Hey, I'm doing good, Jared. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, buddy. What's
Come
your question?
on, man.
Hey, first off, Grant, thanks for doing this show. I've been waiting for it forever to see you and Gary together. Thank you guys for putting this together. I met you in Miami. I ran up on you in the Range Rover in Miami last year, and I changed my life by doing that, first off. Basically, my question is, I've been doing my best and everything I can to get to the 10X Growth Con. But I'm in a really tough situation to be able to get there. But I'm wondering if we're musicians, my wife and I, and I'm wondering if it would be possible that we can bless the event with our gift of music because we bring something very unique to the platform.
Okay, what is that?
Well, I'm a steel drum musician, and she's a next level world class singer. Her dad actually wrote one of the most famous songs in the world called "Feeling Hot, 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 Ole, 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 Ole."
Feeling hot, 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 ole, ole. Gary, try that.
Okay.
Feeling hot, hot,
Hot.
ole, ole, ole. No, dude, we got the singing handled. No. Hey, well, you know what? You should talk to Katie after the show about how you could do some entertainment, maybe for one of the parties that we're having. By the way, the VIPs and premier ticket holders, we're going to have a bunch of parties at this event. They're going to be awesome, and we're going to be bringing
That'll
it.
be awesome.
Yeah. Okay, talk to Katie about it, all right? This is Young Hustlers, folks. Every Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we come to talk to you to give you little tips. Sharpen the sword a little bit, right, Jared?
That's right.
I mean, the show's good for you, even you, right? Jared keeps you sharp.
I learned something all the time because you get the opportunity to kind of hear how you answer questions.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the right person, you're always looking to learn.
Yeah.
And like you were saying earlier, you're like, I think the whole fake it till you make it thing, people try to advance the wrong thing. Like I tell salespeople all the time, I'm like, dude, how much money you want to make working here? Oh, I want to make, $700,000 a year. Okay, well then stop thinking right now like you're making 50.
Right.
When we moved
Like
here,
you got to think and act like
Yeah.
the guy that's making 700
Yeah.
without buying the Rolls Royce or
and
the
that goes
big
back
watch.
to give.
Yeah.
Not put a watch on, drive a bigger car. When we moved to Miami, first thing we did was make a list of people we wanted to do business with.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing we did was, what charity do they give money to? Okay, one of the biggest accounts we landed here was me calling a guy up and saying, hey, dude, I want to help with your charity. Not, I want to sell
Right.
you a product.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. How can you help with my charity? What do you need, Rick?
Yeah.
What do you need? What do
Right.
you need? Money? You need support? You need me to show up? Oh man, I would love for you to show up. He didn't want my money.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I would love for you to show up. We showed up, closed a huge deal as a result. But the intention's got to be good. You got to be willing to make access. It didn't cost me money, but you got to be willing to get rid of this. You and I were taught a little backwards. Save your money rather than use the money. You somehow undid the lesson better because you were around people spending lots of money so they could get piles of money. Like the big
And
companies
really,
you work
like
for.
the difference is, and we were talking about this before the show, when you go the corporate route, like they're all about investing in creating the connections. That's why the companies are spending $250,000, $500,000 to go be at these events because they're paying for the connection. They're paying for the association. Now, a lot of you guys can't do that, but what can you do? Maybe you're not a $500,000 headline sponsorship candidate for our event, but dude, what you can do is you can spend a little bit of money, get in the front of the room and sit next to all the people that are spending 10 and 15 grand to be at this
You
deal.
can't fix your sinks and your cabinets
I
for
actually
10
think
grand.
the problem starts before that. That the guy's not like holding on to the 15 grand. What he didn't do was when he was thinking about his business, decide on where he was going to invest any money in his ecosphere.
Oh, that's a great
So he's
point.
always reacting
That's a great point.
to the next guy. Some people might be reacting to this pitch right now, hey, join the VIP club, and that may turn out well. But like when I go into a marketplace, I study it, figure out who the players are, the key players, and then I keep asking myself, who don't I know? Okay, it is sometimes premature to go to a meeting and not have your ducks in a row. So I go back to working up the food chain or down the food chain, however it's structured, and then you get to make a decision on, okay, I have to invest 100 grand or 10 grand into that show. I have to invest some time into going, like I'm going to fly to Chicago to see a guy. One guy for a lunch, I know it's going to pay off.
Yeah.
Okay? So
that's a sales call.
That's my job.
One guy.
Go safe point, meet people.
Yeah. As opposed to a stadium.
Do you have
opportunity.
expectations for that?
Totally.
That meeting?
Yeah, totally.
You're going
You
there
know what
for-
my expectation is?
What's that?
That he's going to walk away with a very, very, very powerful impression of me as a human being, which then represents the family that I bring, which is my company. And he's going to go, you know what? I respect him. I like what he said, and I actually like the guy. Hopefully he'll like me. That's my last agenda, though. If he likes me, I really want him to respect me.
Yeah.
Once he respects me, I've raised my altitude with this player, and now we can have a really meaningful conversation.
Right. So if somebody's coming,
that's an investment.
Now, do I do that on Skype? Negative. Do I do that on LinkedIn? Negative. Do I do that by email? No. I try not to even do it on a phone call. I want to do it like right here because that's what I'm really good at. There might be another guy who's a paraplegic and he can't go see anybody. He's going to be a master on the phone. Great. Go do whatever you can do. Invest in whatever facility, but please don't call me up on a bad connection through a voice VoIP thing. It's crackly and you want to pitch me. It's horrible. It's not an investment.
Yeah. Look, it's about closing the proximity, the distance between you and power, you and influence, you and money, you and anything you want. Look, do you want a front row seat?
If you were in VIP last year, there's a chance that you were sitting next to a billionaire. There was a billionaire.
Yeah, that's right.
Sitting in the VIP section.
Yeah.
And there will be this year.
And there's millionaires and billionaires in the making. So,
Guy rolling in has a $600,000 watch. He's wearing a baseball cap. I'm like, man, I need to know this guy.
Yeah, right.
He owns $40 million.
You don't meet anybody at home. Let's face that. You got to get outside your house, out of your comfort zone, into an environment where people gather. Right?
See, to me, that's the bigger investment than the money. We focus on the green stuff, which, by the way, costs 2 cents to make that. It's literally worth nothing.
Yeah.
And when people bitch about Bitcoin, it's like, really? Show me where your dollars are. Go grab $500,000 from SunTrust Bank today. Just try and do that, okay?
Yeah.
With $8 million in the bank, go try and grab $500,000 in cash today. Okay, it's all a Bitcoin too. It's just a SunTrust coin.
Yeah. Right.
But the guys aren't making the investment in the everyday stuff, like just the everyday, the time, like the stuff you do on goals. That is an investment that I actually think is harder to do than the cash. Writing a check is bloody easy. Sticking something on your Amex is easy because you can figure it out next month.
Yeah.
Writing your goals every day and being disciplined, that is a massive investment that costs you nothing, and 90% of the people listening do not do this.
Young hustlers out there, if you follow the show, we got 2 more callers. Let's talk to them.
Yeah.
If you follow the show, if you are showing up for the 10X Growth Conference already, okay? If you've already bought your ticket and you want to upgrade, call my office. We'll handle you. I expect you, number one, to be there. At whatever level you can be, I expect you to be there as your uncle. You know I'm people's uncle, right?
Uncle G.
Okay, Uncle G. Okay. You want to tell the story about you walking through Vegas and people stopping you?
Well, it's not Vegas, just Vegas. I mean, if I could buy equity in Grant's company, I would, because I can tell I think this TV business is probably going to be the biggest business he has. Because I actually think alternative media is going to be just absolutely astronomical. The CNNs and the other media companies have not done themselves any favors. But I'll be in Germany, I'll be in Italy, I'll be in Vegas. I get stopped in toilets. I mean, dude,
that's a little
Grant, can I get your autograph? I'm
that's about him. That's not about me, because that doesn't happen to me.
It doesn't happen to you?
No, not in toilets.
Okay, well.
You stay out of those transgender toilets. That won't happen. It happens.
That's not your audience, is it? Okay. It happens an awful lot.
We're not prejudiced here.
So
we're crossing over.
But you're getting crushed. I mean, people.
No, we are crushing. Okay, because we the more I collaborate with other people, I bring Damon John, Tim Story, Tim Grover,
Russell Brunson,
Ezra Firestone, Hank Norman, Michael Burt, Brad Lee. I bring these people together. Dude, what does that give me? By the way, we put these conferences together. When I put the 10X Growth Conference, where am I sitting? I'm sitting next to these people at lunch. Why did I put this thing together? Our original purpose for putting this conference together was not so we could make money off this conference. Yeah. It was like, I want to collaborate with other people.
You know what my favorite thing about the event last year was? Is seeing the speakers there all 4 days.
Staying
up front.
Most of the time, a guy hits it and leaves.
Talking to everybody. I mean, like the engagement with the speakers and like as much as I could get out and actually see that interaction taking place.
Yeah.
Unprecedented access to some of these people.
I had a guy running a $4 billion company last year, and he said to me, he's like, I've done a lot of conferences. I have never been to a conference like this one. I don't know what you did or how you did it. Damon John said the same thing. I don't know how you did it. I said, it's the audience, man. He's like, what do you mean? I said, it's the audience, bro. The speaker is only as good as the audience is, and when the gig's free, when you pay nothing to get there, when you didn't suffer any to get into the room, when anybody can walk in it,
that's right.
It's a garbage audience.
That's right.
So the audience, we think that the 10X Growth Conference audience, we're not rubbing backs. This isn't a rah-rah. You don't have to jump up and down. We're never going to ask you to do any of that. There's no firewalk going to take place. I'll leave that for Tony, my buddy Tony up the street, right? We're here to give you business strategies for your expansion so you can 10X and get true balance in your life. Next caller.
You got Jeremy in Wisconsin.
By the way, I like Tony.
Jeremy, what's going on, brother?
I was at the World Series with Tony.
Hey, guys. You know what? First and foremost, I want to say I feel honored to speak with you guys. I really do.
Well, let me ask you this: Do you have your ticket yet?
Yeah, I actually invested in your mentorship program, and
there you go.
It was about 2 weeks ago.
Good. So that call, by the way, our mentoring call tomorrow for everybody watching this in our mentoring program, that'll be at 1 p.m.
I'm gonna be on that too.
Good.
Real quick, like I said, just got a comment for you guys. So I borrowed $1,000 to get that program.
Yeah.
And I told the guy who I borrowed $1,000 from that I would pay him back in 3 months.
Yeah.
And I'm about to pay the guy back unless I could have paid him back last week, but he wasn't in town. He's going to be in town tomorrow. So literally, I took it from 3 months down to 2 weeks. I literally making more money than I've ever had.
Commitment.
Right. Made more money.
And it's so cool that you're paying it back.
Enough. Thank you.
Because
I know guys that wouldn't pay it back.
Because when you commit this,
that's amazing. I feel so honored and grateful, and
how many of us
blown away?
money?
I really am.
Thank you, man. Thank you. How many of us borrow money for stuff that can never make you anything? Like we just pitched a guy a $1 million contract.
Yeah.
He says, man, oh my God, that's a lot of money. I said, bro, it's going to cost one child $1.2 million. He just had a kid. You guys are going to spend $1.2 million no matter how cheap and frugal you are. You go to Target as much as you want. It'll cost you $1.2 million to take Jake from where he is now to college. This guy's got 500 employees for the same $1.2 million. I'm going to train all his people for the next 3 years.
How to produce.
But it's the priorities of people. You know, you're like, oh, I'm willing to buy a Christmas gift for mama, but I'm not willing to invest money in myself. It's ridiculous. Your mama will get over it. Tell your mama, I can't buy you this. I can't buy my wife. Elena, there's been years where I didn't buy Elena anything for Christmas. Hey, it can't be this Christmas.
What year was that, man?
2008, 2000.
We're on that program
2008, 2009, and 2010.
Yeah.
Okay, you were watching what was going on with me. I was under that attack. And I'm like, hey, we're not spending anything on anything. Okay, but
I was in one of those deals with you.
Yeah, I'm catching up with her now, okay? All right, Young Hustlers, every Thursday, 12 p.m., next caller. Gary Cardone's in the house. Gary, last thoughts on getting VIP access, the importance of it.
Oh, the importance of it.
Getting in the right rooms.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask the question in a different way. Let me ask you in a different way.
I mean, look, I know this cat. I've succeeded.
What has been more valuable to you? The people that you've met and come into contact with, or the money that you've made? Like your ability to go produce and make money, or your ability to connect with people to create more income?
The money is not really, it's never been my game. For me, it's never been. I have enough to make myself happy. It's just never been my metric. I think influence, change, to be able to go into a big marketplace and actually stick your thumbprint on it and actually effectuate a change and then create an environment where other people can flex their muscles. Dude, that's so cool. I mean, what he's helped create for you,
dude.
and you have, you paid every ticket to be here. I really commend you for that. But, why isn't there 40 of you guys? He opened the door for 40 of you, but there's one Jared Glenn.
Yeah.
So, I've heard guys go, well, Jared, he's a bit young. We're watching you go, well, he's not as good as Grant. I'm like, dude, he's only been doing it 4 years. I mean, he's going to be a monster in 10 years. So to me, the investment you've made is just, and vice versa, right? The investment's both ways. I actually think employers make a much greater investment in risk than the employee. Far greater.
Totally.
Because if you don't like it, you get the blow. Okay? If
Yeah.
you're on a stock option program and the stock goes down, you get the blow. The
that's
freaking
right.
employer still owns all the paper.
So like when we went on that fishing trip, and Gary's a big fisherman. Okay, I mean he's done some ridiculous fishing.
My whole life has been about fishing.
Yeah.
Business for me is about fishing.
But
dating. Dating's a good analogy.
Yeah, but that fishing trip we went on, what did we spend on that trip to go fishing for those swordfish?
$3,000.
We spent $3,000 with the hopes to catch.
We went out
to drink beer. Really,
at 11 or noon. We went out in the middle of the day.
Yeah, wrong time.
Wrong time.
Should have paid $300 for that.
Wrong
trip.
time.
Yeah.
Big, nice boat, middle of the day. They put the kites up. We're out there for
you ever done the kites?
an hour.
Oh, sure did.
Yeah.
Boom!
No kidding.
Nailed the sailfish.
Crushed it.
Yeah.
We caught
So,
two.
but the point of that story is this: we had to get a boat. We had to get people that knew how to had a boat, people that could navigate a boat, people that knew where the fish might be. We had to take a risk. We had to spend money and time. And look, I'm putting this event on in February for you. We've been marketing this event for a year. I had to reserve this place 1 year ago in order to have a place for you to go. Then we spent the last 12 months.
Oh, you mean you can't just go rent one of these with 20 days notice?
We cut a check for $4 million. So all of you, this goes back to what Gary was saying, okay? I spent a check, I invested $4 million so that you could spend $15,000 at this event. Have direct access to 20 speakers, 20 experts, get photographs with these people, eat every day, network, red carpet access. We'll take care of your hotel room. I have 30 spots for hotel rooms. By the time this show ends, I'm sure that'll be over. Gary's going to be there. Jared will be there. I'll be there. Elena's going to be there. We want you there, okay? And by the way, it's not just the people that have made it that are important, but those of you out there that haven't made it yet, but you know you're gonna.
Dude, you get a couple people together that are hungry and want to make something happen. Dude, magic can happen.
Oh,
Magic.
totally. I would say grab
Magic.
a couple of your buddies, man.
Totally.
Like if you're in a business, grab 2 or 3 of your buddies. Come out here as a, like an investment in your brain, in your business, in your relationship. And then, the guys looking for jobs, I could see far worse places to go to get a job. We are hiring. I could literally hire 20 people this afternoon. IT, programming, product development, HR, sales, head of revenue, global head of revenue, okay? Like
He'll be there.
One of the reasons I'm going, hang out with these guys and look for talent. Maybe I'll get some customers. But really, it's in that order.
You should be there looking at hiring people. I got an unbelievable audience.
And there will be people there from the UK.
Yeah.
And so one
and
thing.
I am looking for animals, okay? I just want the monsters of the best monsters available.
One thing that
Young
you
and
said,
old
one thing
hustlers.
that you said to me about a week ago, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, and you said it in a lot of different ways, but for some reason you said it and it made so much sense. Is you were talking about flows.
Yeah.
And then you just said something again that brought it back up. Is you said people when they're getting started, right? Like they start bringing in, like they don't want to let stuff go.
Yeah, right.
They don't have their flows open. And what you were saying is like you constantly have to have this investment flow going out, and your money is not your money to hold on to. Your money is your money that you go out and make to put out to get back, and you're going to take some swings and you're going to miss. I know I have. I've taken swings where I've put money out and nothing has come back, but you're in the game and you're feeding this flywheel, because at some point, dude, you like when we play blackjack with 2 decks, dude, I'll lose 4, 5, 6 decks in a row, 1 deck. All you need.
Gotta stick and stay.
All you need.
Stick and stay. It's bound to pay.
Yeah.
So look, you got to show up. You got to spool up. Otherwise, you'll never blow up. Quit complaining. Quit making excuses. You can't make time or you can't make money and make excuses at the same time, okay? Nobody's going to know you if you're not there. Obscurity is the biggest killer to everybody, to your success. Obscurity is the killer. You agree with that? I don't know who you are. You guys didn't know Gary first. Okay, now what's going to happen is Gary's going to leave today.
People are going to be like, charge back 911. What's that all about?
Who is he? And then Gary's not going to come back for a while, and you're going to forget about him until February.
On that,
Yeah.
I didn't have to come here today. This was an inconvenience to me today. So I did it because it was a year-end goal for me. Last quarter, I got to go see my brother, spend a little time with him. We haven't done this TV stuff.
Forgot his Christmas
People
gift
like this. Okay, they do like it, and I like that people like it.
Yeah.
Your shows
with
are
us
like
together. And
people love them.
So I showed up here. I had no idea what we were going to do, and I'm going to meet a few more people. And I think that's all you got to do. You show up early, leave late, maybe do a little more work after you leave late, and beat everybody to the game. I mean, it's a race, man.
And we have a full agenda for you from 8 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night. We strongly encourage you not to go there and do the strip joints, the shows, the gambling, and the alcohol. That's not what this is about. This is about a networking event. This is about ethical people who want to expand their business. Okay, this is
I
not
cannot
playtime.
do 3 or 4 of those, but there's one in there I got to have a little juice with you on.
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's fine. And by the way, if you're going to pull the trigger, if you're tempted by this, if you know an entrepreneur, this would make an unbelievable Christmas gift. And unlike the other bullshit you're going to give your husband or your wife, this one's tax deductible. The U.S. government considers this an investment in your education and allows you to write it off. So if you own a company, by the way, another way to do this, Gary, something to think about. Rather than me giving Jared $5,000 bonus at the end of the year, I can give him up to $5,300 worth of educational bonuses as a trip, as a convention, as that. I can give it to him, say, Jared, I want you to have this. It's not income to him. If I gave him money, it'd be income. I could give him the trip, and I can write it off. So it's a really smart thing to do. For those of you who don't have the money and you want to be VIP or you want to be premium, go to your boss and say, hey, take this money out of my check for the next 12 months. I'll pay you back if necessary. Or if I hit my targets, maybe you pay for it. Don't give me a bonus this year. Just give me this. That's what I want. You write it off. I take it. I need it. And February's right around the corner. And VIPs and premiums, I'll do a private free coaching session with you for free and take care of your room for 3 nights.
10xgrowthcon.com/VIP.
At the same hotel he's staying at, Sandy's going to be at, I'll be at, Johnny Boy's going to be at. Come on, man. All right, thanks for watching Young Hustlers today. Tomorrow's Cardone Zone. 911 chargeback.
Chargebacks 911.
Or chargebacks 911. You should get both of those. Flipping back and forth for the
The
transaction.
chargeback company in Europe.
Okay. And this guy's about to blow up his business. You're going to hear about some other things. By the way, he's also an investor in Cardone Capital.
Love the investments.
The deal structure that we did
I
at
tell
Cardone.
you I was going to do another piece with you?
Yeah, you did. So you want to talk about, just real quick, you want to talk about the investments you've made with me at Cardone Capital?
The investments.
Johnny, make sure we get
I mean,
this.
I've made a lot of investments in my life.
Johnny, make sure we get this one camera right on him, Cardone Capital.
So I've made a lot of investments. I cannot say that I am a great investor. I think I'm a horrible investor. I've been like this negative Nelly on the stock market.
When's it going to happen, Johnny? Hang on, Gary. Hang on. Okay. Yeah.
Use your phone, dude.
Yeah, but that needs to be hot all the time, bro. So look, you guys that are watching Young Hustlers today, Gary's going to talk about this in just a second. Johnny's my man right here. Okay. My brother's invested a bunch of money in my real estate. I'll just serve it up. In my real estate, okay? This started years ago. He was the first person to invest with me. Then it was my sister. Then it was some friends. And then it was people like, hey, can I do some of that? I created a structure at Cardone Capital that mirrors exactly the deal I made with him. The deal Jared gets is identical to the deal that Gary was given. And it's identical, by the way, to the deal you get when you come in at Cardone Capital. So talk about it.
Yeah, the deal for me has been really good. My basic core principle is that when the guy running the fund or running the investment has somewhere between 60 to 70% of his wealth in that fund, let's say that I give Grant $1 million and he's got 10. Look, that is a really healthy investment because you're betting with the same guy that's got 10 times the amount of volume at risk. So over 15 years, we've never had a loser. That doesn't mean that you can't have a loser in the future. Investing is investing, and
Never had a loser. 2008,
stuff happens.
2009, 2010.
2008, 9 got a little rough there for a little while because there was no liquidity.
Yeah.
But the investment has always been sound. My kids are going to really appreciate it. It's an investment that I never worry about, and then I can go run my business.
Yeah.
And so you can touch it. I can see that people will need it.
What was your check last month?
15 on one deal. It was 17 G's.
Yeah. Every month, baby. Like what? He knows when the 27th of the month is because that's when he gets his check. So you get a check every month.
I get 5 checks every month.
5 checks.
Yeah.
He's all in. He takes everything he's got left over.
I got almost $1 million in with you.
Yeah. Big, man. Okay. All right. So thanks for watching today. Keep the hustle young. Sherry's got something for us real quick.
Gee, I just want you to shout out for Doc Chris Neubauer. He just heard what you were saying about being next to.
Yeah. The folks get next to the power. What's his name?
2
Chris?
front row seats. Doc Chris Neubauer.
Dr. Chris
Abundant
Neubauer.
Dr. Chris Neubauer.
Dental care. Abundant dental care.
Abundant Dental Care. I'm going to get my teeth cleaned at the conference. Okay. He just bought 2 front three rows.
Well
Is
done, man.
called premium.
Premier.
Well done, Doc.
So this is the math on that deal. Those are $30,000.
You can do my
30,000.
front rows. If you did a front row, you can do my front rows.
$30,000 tickets. Now, here's the beautiful part. He's a dentist. He's like, I want to go to the deal. Uncle Sam will pay 50% of it. I get to meet Grant. I get to meet the speakers. I get to ask questions. These are private questions at lunch. Lunch is taken care of. I set you up in a hotel. Let's make sure you get in the same hotel. You're going to be running into us. It is impossible to all of us be in one hotel and not be running into each other.
We're going to take that place over, man. It's going to be like the freaking 10X. Just
I'm gonna tear
we're
that
going to be
place
like a gang in there,
okay.
like cowboys freaking rolling in there. Pa 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 pa.
Okay. All right. Thank you for watching today. I'll see you in Vegas at the 10X Growth Conference. If you're in the mentoring program, I'll see you tomorrow on the Cardone Zone at 12, and then I'll see you at 1 o'clock for the mentoring program. Thanks.
Great job, buddy.
Okay.
All of you who are true 10Xers, we are making a difference for the better in this world. We are. You are.
This is all about how to 10x your income by building a celebrity personal brand. And even if you don't want to build your own personal brand, we're talking about how to build your business brand as well.
It's everything that you're going to take in from these amazing speakers the next 3 days. Basically, the premise of what you're going to do today and tomorrow and the next 3 days is you're building your vision. You're building your vision. You're building your vision.